My name is Annie Carlson, and my husband John and I own Morning Joy Farm and Kitchen, and we are located in Mercer, North Dakota. John and I got married in 2007, and both had grown up on farms, very conventional farms. He was just a grain farm, and I always tell him, "Oh, honey, that wasn't a real farm." We had diversified operation with different kinds of livestock and a bunch of different crops, and which meant we were busy all the time and losing money at everyone. And so John and I had lengthy discussions. We had a small, just quarter of land in Stutsman County when we got married. And what are we going to do with this? We couldn't compete with land rental at the time in Stutsman County. We couldn't buy more land. We didn't want to. We were debt free at the time and wanted to stay that way. And so we looked at different marketing options. How do you farm and not sell in the conventional market that our parents had done, and came across the concept of CSA, community supported agriculture. And at that time, it was mainly vegetables. And so people would buy a share in the farm's produce. And by then we had some kids and decided that that's how we were going to have my stay-at-home mom job. So we started with a vegetable CSA in 2008. And a couple years into that, we had customers asking where they could find meat, and we didn't know. And so if we couldn't find it, chances are we should probably raise it. So then when we moved to my parents' farm near Mercer in 2012, we gave up the vegetable business and went strictly with meat. So right now we market a bunch of pastured and grass-fed meats. Direct marketing has affected our operation in that we could grow at a sustainable pace. We didn't have to have X number of animals in order to cash flow. A key for us was to be debt-free. That allowed us to experiment with direct marketing. I could do different things. I could experiment with different products. For a few years, we had a meat CSA where we would package different cuts together. It allowed people to try lamb for the first time, because every once in a while, every month or so, we would put a small cut of lamb in with recipes on how to use it. So that let people try a new species that we were raising, and just allowed us to diversify and add species slowly. It's not as easy as just opening a storefront and saying, here's my meat. For one thing, I have to work with a processor. I've worked with more than half of the processors in the state. The challenge has not been beef. Beef is easy. Everybody wants to do beef. The challenge has been our other species. We have no poultry processing in the state. So our poultry is processed on farm, which makes us keep to a limit of 999 birds. The challenge with our larger livestock is pork and lamb. Often facilities that are licensed for beef to do state and federal inspection do not have smoking and brining that is up to code. Getting the cuts that I want, making sure the cuts are that what my customer wants. And that's all in addition to making sure your animals are finished and you have trailers that will haul them and all of those things. So it's a lot easier to just haul them to a sales barn or to a buyer, but it's also very rewarding to be able to feed families. Tools and resources. The internet is our friend. So we have a website. It's not glossy and modern. In fact, it's needing an upgrade. That's on my very lengthy list of things to do. But it's there. And so we have two parts to the website. The first part is just what we do. So I have a page for our bulk meat orders. I have a page for our catering business. I have a page for tours and how to contact the farm, those sorts of things. And then I have another link that says how your food is raised. This is what we're raising. This is who gets it. This is where they're picking it up. This is their cell phone number. Like, all of that information is stored in one document. And in Google, it's free. So that's been a really inexpensive and powerful tool, is just integrating all that in my Google account. I can pull it up on my phone. I can text it to John. It just allows us a great deal of communication with our customers. I don't have to take phone calls and then scratch it on a piece of paper. Like, what did she want? Anybody who wants to try direct marketing, I say to them, how much do you like people? Because you're not selling meat, you're selling to people. And if you don't like to work with people, if you don't like to answer the same 5 questions, do not direct market. John, that's not what John wants to do. John wants to raise grass and use animals to harvest it. I'm the one who talks to the customers. I'm the one who sets up the delivery dates, be able to share recipes, tell them what they should do with English short ribs, tell them what to do with lamb that they've ordered that they're not sure how to cook. And so you need to have a degree of food preparation. whatever type of food you're selling. If you're a beekeeper, tell them what to do with their honey, how to store their honey. On our farm, we raise and market, as far as I know, the most species of any farm in North Dakota. We sell more types of protein than probably any other farm, but we keep it to a schedule like that. And then our customers all order in March. So our order form opens March 1st. Our returning customers get the first week to order. They get to March 8th. And then from March 8th to the 15th, I send them an email on March 8th that says, thank you so much for your order, because most of them have ordered by then. This next week, you can share this email with family and friends that you would recommend our meat to and recommend them to us. And so then that second week is for friends and family of current customers. And that's how I get new customers. I rarely advertise or shop for new customers. It's word of mouth. Usually by March 15th, I'm sold out. Pork and turkey usually sell out first, and then chicken, then beef, then lamb. And so by April 1st, I know exactly what we're raising. I know my butcher dates are set, or we're ready to rock and roll. Then I don't have to worry about marketing for the rest of the year. Then I can focus on the customers, on what they're getting. We can focus on production and getting the animals to finish. It also lets us not have to worry about overstock. I don't have to have 200 extra chickens and go, well, what am I going to do? I only order what we're gonna sell. And once I'm sold out, we're sold out. And so that gives us a degree of freedom. We're not chasing the market, and of course some for us, but that keeps us not chasing money, not chasing a market, but sitting down and saying, what do we want to do as a family, and who's going to manage this? And it allows us a degree of control. So we often get asked, why don't you sell retail meat? And we have in the past. I used to have a monthly buying club where people could order a pack of bacon and 3 steaks and 10 pounds of ground beef and a chicken and all that stuff. And it was an inventory nightmare. And we wanted to encourage our customers to buy more in bulk. I had to mark up the cost of meat. And so then you're dealing with, how do you price cuts? And so what's the most valuable part of each animal? Well, you're going to pay more for that. And so it was a pricing kind of structure that was difficult to manage. It was an inventory that was difficult to manage. And we wanted to educate our customers that buying in bulk, using whole animals, was a more sustainable way of food consumption. Everybody knows what to do with bacon. Everybody knows what to do with a ribeye. But what do you do with short ribs? And how do you make bone broth from your soup bones? And those are the real times you can connect with customers, and you introduce them to a new food or a new way of preparation that they didn't know before, that builds customer loyalty and customer engagement.